Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and I am here with hopefully a quick wrap up and my weekend reads. So let's start with books that I have read recently. I'll tell you about my audiobooks real quick because I don't have anything to hold up for those. The first one I completed was Liza Schlesinger's Girl Logic. Now, Liza Schlesinger is a comic. She has several stand-up specials on Netflix, and I find her absolutely hilarious. She is a little vulgar at times, not like super vulgar, but she cusses, she talks about sex and stuff. I find it hilarious, but if you are not into the use of that kind of language, I would suggest that you not watch it. If you don't mind, she's hilarious. Go check her out. And definitely check out Girl Logic. I gave it a 4.5 stars. It was great. She just talks about being a girl and how in a girl's brain, a guy can kind of shift his leg a little bit because he's uncomfortable, and all of a sudden 53 things are going off like, oh my God, does he want to get closer? Is he trying to get further away? So it's great. She does amazing commentary, amazing voices, and it's hilarious. Next, I read The Unnie Mooners by Christina Lauren. This book is one that has been all over BookTube, but basically it is a hate to love relationship wherein a brother and sister to a bridal party are kind of forced to go on a honeymoon that is not theirs, and they hate each other, but again, it's hate to love, it's romance, you know what happened. I gave it about a 3.75 stars. I'm not into contemporaries, and I'm not into romances, but it was one I'd heard a lot about and thought might be fun, and it was. So if you don't really like romances, I don't know, this one may be the one for you to read. I also read the ebook / listened to the audiobook of The Nine Princes of Amber, which is a 1970 fantasy book in the beginning of a series called The Chronicles of Amber by Roger Zelazny. I gave it about a 3 stars, 3.5 stars. My very good friend in Texas was telling me about it, and he made it sound like a fun fantasy. And, you know, it's older, so the writing style's not quite what I would like. It's first person, which is fine. I like first person, but kind of first person stream of consciousness, heavy on dialogue. So that kind of lowered it a little bit for me. But I did enjoy the setup for the rest of the series. It is a 10-book series. The first 5 follow Corwin, and the second 5 follow Corwin's son. So, yes, I am looking forward to reading book 2. Then, pretty sure there was another one I listened to. I don't remember. I've been listening to the Paddington books with Elena. I feel like I'm missing something there. Oh well, carrying on. If I did, I'll tell you about it later. Maybe. I remember. The other ebook that I read was Aunt Dimity, Vampire Hunter by Nancy Atherton. The Aunt Dimity series is a long series of cozy mysteries, and I absolutely adore them. Our main character, Laurie Shepherd, has a ghost friend that was her mom's best friend who helps her kind of discover and solve these really weird, offbeat mysteries in England, and they're awesome. That one was book 13, and I'm currently reading book 14, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. All right, I also finished these. I don't remember if I talked to you about them after Cozy Mystery Night or Cozy Reading Night. This is Upside Down Magic, books 5 and 6. This one is Whether or Not, and this one is The Big Shrink. They are by Sarah Milnowski, Lauren Miracle, and Emily Jenkins. And these books are awesome because they're kind of upper children's, lower middle grade. And they talk about kids who have wonky magic. So everybody has like one of 3 kinds of magic, but these kids' magic doesn't work right. So they're in a special class to learn how to work the magic that they got. And it's very positive. And I have a lot of kids who don't learn the way everybody else learns. So, you know, this makes me happy. And I always tell the kids they should read these. Somebody got fussy on. I also completed Scary Stories for Young Foxes by Christian McKay Heidecker. And this is illustrated by Junyi Wu. And the illustrations in here are almost as amazing as the story. This is a series of connected short stories, and they're really, they're just a continuation of each other. So I don't know if I should say that they're short stories, but they're set up in such a way that the storyteller is telling these series of stories to young fox kids. And these chalk drawings like that are the illustrations, and they are absolutely beautiful and dark and mysterious and a little thrillery. Are you still pouting? I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. All right, let's get on to what Mama's reading right now. Shall we? We shall. Okay. I have 2 physical books that I'm reading right now. The first one is The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley. Now, this book is an adult cozy mystery, but our main character, our protagonist, is Flavia Dalus, who is a very precocious, sarcastic, hilarious, dark little child of almost 12 years old, and she is trying to solve a murder and also possibly poison her sister. So, yeah. I have about 50 pages left of this. If I don't complete it tonight, which is Thursday night, which I probably won't because I think I'm going to pick up my other book, then I will definitely complete it via audiobook in the morning on my way to school, especially since Big Sister is sick and has to stay home and go to the doctor in the morning. Yeah, just got to take Elena to the doctor in the morning. No, there's not going? Well, Gaga's going. Are you going to stay home with Papa? Yeah, okay. She's not going. You don't care? No, she does not care. She's going to stay home with Papa and watch golf? Yeah, they're going to watch golf. But this is hilarious. I fully expect to give it at least a 4 to a 4.5 stars, if not a full 5 stars, depending on the ending. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of this series. Probably pick up book 2 when I take these back to the library, if not definitely for March Mystery Madness. Are you proud of me, Elizabeth? I am thinking about March Mystery Madness. Look at me go. Another book that I'm reading this weekend and whose series I will probably pick up a couple more of for March Mystery Madness is Aunt Dimity Slays the Dragon by Nancy Atherton. That is right, another Aunt Dimity book. This is book 14, and I'm only on page 57. I'm in chapter 6, so the big craziness hasn't really happened yet. So far, what has happened is that a person that used to live in the village where our main character lives has come back and brought with him an Americanized version of a Renaissance fair. So apparently England doesn't really have Ren Fairs. So he went to university in America and went to a Ren Fair and fell in love and has now brought that concept to England and to his home village. And it's been hilarious so far. I really like the Aunt Dimity series. If you haven't picked it up, you should give it a try. It's hilarious. Now, the next thing I'm going to pick up on audiobook is going to be Dead Until Dark by Charlene Harris. Yes, looking over there because I have the physical copy, but I forgot to grab it. I got that out of the library as well, and I've tried a couple of times. It's like the 3rd time I've gotten it out of the library. I keep trying to read it. I get a few pages in, and I'm like, yeah, I don't dig it, and I put it down. Now, I love the True Blood series. I've watched the first couple of seasons anyway, and I really enjoyed it. But for some reason, the writing style in the book's not jiving with me. I did get the audiobook. I put it on hold like 2 years ago, but that's beside the point. I did get the audiobook. It came through, and I'm going to try to listen to that after I get done with The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. And I'm hoping that the audiobook will allow me to finally read Dead Until Dark. Either way, I probably won't continue on with the series and will just enjoy the version given to us by HBO. The next physical book I pick up is going to be Winter House by Ben Guterson. This apparently follows a little girl who gets sent to the Winter House Hotel, um, and she discovers a magical library. There's mystery, there's fun, there's suspense. I've heard really good things, but I kind of want to go into it blind. This was published in the U.S. You want to hold the book? This was published in the U.S. and don't eat the book. Don't eat the book. This was published in the U.S. Give me the book. In 2018. And it is the first in a series. The second one, I think, is either about to come out in the US or just did. And then the third one is about to be published in the UK and maybe coming over here in a few months. Not 100% sure. The librarian was checking into it for me because I really want to read this series. And I read the first chapter and thought that it sounded amazing. So hopefully we can get that done. And those are all the books I've recently read and I'm planning to read over this weekend. I do want to mention to you two other things. Number one, this right here is my cozy mystery. And I actually wrote 200 words on it this week. This week, not today, not tonight, not 5 minutes ago. This week, obviously not 5 minutes ago because I was rambling at you 5 minutes ago. But it's more than I've done recently, and I'm excited because I think I've reached kind of a turning point. Maybe I will be able to figure out what's going on and get that done this millennia. The other thing I want to quickly tell you is that I was chosen as one of the Once Upon a Book Club's very important page turners. And I have a 10% off code for your first box. It is Writer Baby 10, and I will put it in the box down below as well. That's a great book box. I will make a separate video talking more about it when I have a little more time. I wanted to do a book video today. So I have nothing else to talk to you guys about. She's wiggledy. I've rambled long enough. Sadly, this is actually quicker than the other videos I did. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope that you are all doing well and that you are reading amazing books. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and an amazing Valentine's Day. If nobody has told you, then they're foolish. But I will tell you, you are amazing. You are wonderful. You are a highly attractive individual. Your book sense is on point, and I like that hair. Yeah, you like their hair too? We like that hair. And you know what? We love you. Mwah. Bye.